death. In a time before suffering, a great king would rise up to unite the lands and bring ruin to all. This is not the prophecy. This is the history. His soul was forged in the embers below, in the darkest abyss where our deepest fears grow. In the maelstrom and chaos, a sacrificial dais. Upon it, an innocent imbued with his soul cried aloud, desperation, frustration, elation. It was felt across nations, the end of an epic. As city-states crumbled and emperors fumbled, their cries became mumbles, the skies became hectic. Fire and brimstone, dark clouds of ashes, and lava from mountaintops oozed like molasses. Villagers fled through the streets as the beasts from their magical cages in hell were released. And as flames turned to ashes, the forests and grasses, the voice full of gravel, the innocent cackle. Each word he would speak would be someone's last breath. Behold, I have brought you a kingdom of death. He had no more eyes, just blood pouring from sockets. These the results of ignoring the prophets. Looking around, we could see what it cost us, but many would follow who believed they could profit. Greed was the downfall of man as predicted. A bottomless pit taking all unrestricted. Convicted, these wicked men followed destruction and brought forth demonic abysmal eruptions. The horrors beyond all description with language brought anguish and pain to a land that would languish. Everything strangled of life in its struggle and drained of the power to cause any trouble. The color of bloody death flooded the skies. The earth became muddy, devoid of all life. All that was known was suffering and strife. Every word spoken was nothing but lies. In shadows, the werewolves came bearing their sharp claws and teeth. All the people were scared of the dark. In desolate landscapes, the rest of the man-made construction succumbed to his terrible arts. Anything breathing, not bearing his mark. His minions came seeking to tear them apart. Unwearying terrors, all hairy and dark. Clearly uncaring, preparing to start. Rending sweet morsels of flesh from the torsos of freshly lain corpses with still beating hearts. Eating their parts, releasing the weaklings, departing the fleeing to breed and restart. His magic their bodies and souls would not sever. The same magic used for controlling the weather. Unliving rose from their graves, left exposed marks and rows on their foes through the realm of the nether. Thunderous mountainous clouds overhead, raining down acid, dissolving the dead. Horizons were crimson, the shadows were red. Howling monstrosities roaming, all led by the master, once innocent, full of corruption. Gazing upon his new land of destruction. His laugh came out hollow, his voice was an echo, commanding the living, follow me and let go. Each sentence a spell that he cast on the planet, every word causing unspeakable damage. Mountains erupted and meteors landed. In the streets helpless infants lay up